Hey everyone, I wanted to get another video in today, and Osama, this is a really good one, so I'm just going to read yours. What about feeling not loved, and whatever you do, it is not good enough for authority figures? You need to do more and more to get the attention, love, but you still don't get the appreciation, or maybe your system is not recognizing it, and you end up in this loop. This is such a freaking good one, and Osama, I'm sure you're probably asleep in Qatar, but I wanted to do this, and I've tagged you on it so you can watch it when you get up in the morning. So for anybody else who's ever had this, oh my God, I've had it in spades. And it just from my upbringing and all that, I realized it was always like, I've got to do more, which is always really the fuel behind, hey, Carrie, happy you're here live. The fuel behind my workaholism has always been, it's not good enough. I've got to do more, earn more, to earn more love and acceptance. And I'm so grateful that I am learning to let that go, to release it. So a couple things, and I say this all the time, but it always bears repeating. Whenever you're in the pushing energy, I got to do more, I got to work harder. If it's in work, a job, if it's with a human being, it doesn't matter. Whenever that pushing energy is going on, think about it. That comes from a place of lack, and it's definitely fear-based. It's definitely not of love, and it's all like, I've got to work harder, earn more, and this and that. It's what we learned. So many of us. I have to be a certain way to get approval. And the funny thing is, if most of you really check in, I know this is true for me, I would twist myself into a freaking pretzel to try and be pleasing to somebody. And it was so short-lived to begin with. And there's always this insecurity behind it, like always. Like, okay, I got out of that one unscathed. But you're always like on that, talk about in hypervigilance, like, okay, am I going to make it through this time? So it's just something to pay attention to. So let's just start tapping. So karate chop. And I'm going to move this so I can kind of read some of the points you made, Osama. Even though I feel unlovable, and I try so hard to get it right, to get their approval, to get some love and affection. But whatever I do, it's never good enough. Not for them. I choose to acknowledge I feel this way. Even though I do more and more and more, I twist myself into knots. I try to get it right. Try to get their approval. And it's so short-lived. If I get it at all, I see that I'm caught in this endless loop. And I'd love to break free of this now. Even though I learned a long time ago, when I was a little kid, that at such a tender, sweet age, somehow I'm responsible, for other people's behavior. I have to get it right so that they're okay. And the truth is, that is an impossible task. Because most of the time, they move the target anyway. I have to push so hard. Try so hard. Do more and more and more. And yet I always seem to fall short. And if I get the moment of approval, it's just that. It's a moment that is so fleeting. It doesn't work anyway. But I learned to twist myself into knots, try anything and everything to get it right, to do more, to somehow get their approval. But clearly it doesn't work. Because in those moments when they grace me with their approval, it doesn't last. And I'm left feeling empty all over again. No shit. Right, Carrie? So there I am, trying and trying. And I can't get it right. And here's the thing. I can never get it right enough. Never be good enough. Never be pleasing enough. Never do more and more enough. Never do anything enough to really ever get their approval. Because they always move the target. The truth is, I am caught in a loop. I'm never meant to get it right with them. Because the truth is, they are not right with themselves. So unconsciously or consciously, they will always move the target. Because that's how they keep me hooked. And when I'm hooked, they've got me. And they need the supply. The supply that is me. They need me off balance. They need me trying to get their approval. That's how these really insecure people try to build themselves up. Unconsciously or consciously, they need it this way because they can't look at themselves. And what if I can let myself know right now that this is the beginning of the end for me? I have no idea how long this will take, but I want to learn to be gentler and kinder with myself as I learn to unhook from this impossible loop I find myself constantly stuck in. I want to fire myself as their supply. They need someone just like me to project on. And I want to stop hurting myself this way, using their dysfunction to do it. And I may not know how to do it yet, but it starts right here and now through my awareness, through recognizing and reminding myself that I can never get it right enough. Never say it well enough. Never do enough. Never be good or pleasing enough to ever get it right with them. They don't want me to. They need me stuck in this loop because they're not right with themselves. So I want to unhook from this and begin the journey of loving myself enough to set myself free from this dysfunctional loop that I've been so stuck in. And it starts with self-forgiveness. I would so do this differently if I'd known how. But at least I set the attention through my awareness to stop hurting myself this way, using their dysfunction to do it. And then take a breath. That's often a term, and not that these people, in narcissism, they talk about narcissist supply. So they need supply. They need people that try to be pleasing, try to get it right, because that's how they project out there. They project out their false self. You know, it's about not being able to face themselves. And everybody has narcissistic tendencies. We all do. On some level, but some have it more than others. And in any situation like that, whether it's narcissism or not, whenever we get caught in that loop of, I've got to get it right, it's totally the kid in us that's so terrified of being abandoned that they'll do anything to be accepted. So when you start to just unhook from that, and just do it slowly through that awareness, and I'm telling you, I've been on this journey myself, and I would say be patient and kind and loving with yourself, because if you've had a lifelong pattern of doing this, just know it's okay. Just be try and practice being loving and kind to yourself. Be like, okay, I did it again. I got caught up, but I caught myself sooner this time. Oh, I did it again, but okay, I'm aware of it, and that's a huge win. Oh, I did it again, but I was aware of it again, and just keep looking for the little win in it. And it's so funny, when I was doing that, all of a sudden I got this little reminder from this app that I'm on. It's so funny. It says, everything will be okay. I think that's a message for everyone that's watching this. Everything will be okay. So anyway, Osama, thank you so much for this great topic. And Carrie, always happy to have you here. And I know there were a couple other people here earlier, but I couldn't see who they were. So that's it for now. Have a great rest of your night, morning, evening, wherever you are, day. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.